YouTube, Blow Yard Gang, podcast listeners all over the globe, guys. Welcome to a brand spanking new episode of Cap and Crown, guys. Listen, you already know how we do over here, man. We talk all things NBA related. Any NBA topics, man, we bring them up over here, man. And we hope that you can join us for these conversations. So listen, if you guys are into NBA topics, NBA debates, NBA, whatever it is, man, trades, it'd be game recaps, whatever it is, we ask you guys join us over here, man, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning as we get our NBA talk on by hitting that subscribe button, joining us here. And also to everybody, hit them likes for us too, man, to help us continue to try to build that algorithm up, man. We definitely use your help with that. All right, King. Oh, also too, if you guys have any questions or any comments, do us a favor. Here's with the CNC in front of your question or your comment. You know, for any of the topics that we bring up here on the show, let us know what y'all think or any topics that we bring up. So simply hit the CNC in front of your question or your comment. All right, man. Now, you ready to get to it? Oh, you there, King? Oh, I think King froze.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. All right, man. But before we do all that, man, we got to show some love to sponsor the channel, man.
This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem them in your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get into the topic today, man. It's a pretty interesting topic. We're just going to go over some of the debates that's been going around with the NBA for the last maybe, 30 years or so. So we're going to give our opinions on it, man. We're going to kind of see if any of y'all remember some of these debates or if you even heard these debates. So let's get to it, King. Let's debate. Yes, sir. So we got these debates, man. They are separated by decades. So we got the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and of course 2020s. All right. We're going to start here with the 2000. I said 2000 with the 1980s. So check this out. These are the biggest debates of the 1980s. So first, in fact, let me see if I can make that larger for myself. Here we go. So Magic versus Bird was easily the biggest debate of the 80s. These two players defined the 80s. While Larry Bird didn't win as many rings as Magic, there's an argument he was the better player. We also had the Lakers versus Celtics. That was huge in the 80s. Then, of course, we had the infamous Jordan versus the Pistons. That was from 88 to 89. And then we had Bird versus Dr. J. Of course, Dr. J was considered the greatest player in the league over in the ABA. Probably the most highlight wielding player of all time, around that time. That was between the 80s and, should I say 80 and 83. That's when he won his championship back in 83. And then, of course, you had the high-flying dunkers, Yeah, Dominique and Michael Jordan. That was 85 and 88. A lot of that had to do with the actual dunk contest. So what stands out to you, man? You remember these debates, man? What's on your mind?
Yeah, I remember him. I remember Magic and Bird. Still to this day, feel like Bird might be the more skilled player. I think I talk to you about that all the time. But Magic obviously has the championships or whatever. But that was a big, I guess, debate. Lakers and Celtics, but Lakers took care of that. I felt like when they got their five in the decade, so they took care of that debate. But they were the two different teams or whatever, basically based off of Magic and Bird. Then you had Mike versus the Bad Boys and all. Bad Boys took care of him at first, but then Mike got over the hump, and it was like they stood no chance at all. As you said, Dr. J was that dude coming from the ABA. They got him later in his career, whatever. He came over, was playing and all. Larry Bird was that new guy that was taking over college and all that, coming to the league. Sort of new, quote unquote, white guy that was sort of take over the league and all. He did. So, I mean, that's not even a debate anymore. That's crazy. I guess if you add it, I'll ask you out there, Dan. Can you hear me still?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And then Neek and Michael Jordan, the slam dunk contest. They feel like Neek was screwed out of what was the 88? That he was screwed out of the dunk contest or whatever. So
was it they screwed up the
was it?
second one? Whatever the one that was in Chicago, that's the one that
I thought
they
it was
felt
88.
like
That one 88.
it might have been 80. I can't remember either 88 or 89. One of them, or not
Okay,
87. Was
one of the
87,
two.
88?
Well, either one.
One
They
of
were the
them.
two best dunkers of the decade, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Dominique wasn't the player of Michael Jordan, but as far as dunking and all that stuff, obviously he's called the human highlight reel for a reason. Um, but yeah, bro, they were really the main debates. I feel like of the decade. I'm trying to think of anything else that could have been thrown in there in the meantime, but yeah, they were really the main. They were the main things. I feel like in the 80s.
I think with the Lakers and the Celtics, a lot of that came from too the Celtics dominating them in the 70s. When they, of course,
Facts.
remember, I think the Lakers had one championship with Jerry West and with Will Chamberlain. So a lot of that kind
Hmm.
of bled over into the 80s. So when they both got their franchise players in Magic and Bird, it just kind of continued that rivalry. So that's where a lot of that came from. Like you said, Jordan. Everybody know the story. You know the Pistons, the bad boy Pistons. They had the Jordan rules, all that stuff. They were the ones who kind of hindered Jordan there in the 80s. But like you said, once Jordan got over that hump, it was a wrap. And he went on to win multiple championships and two three-peats and all that good stuff. So we already know about that. The one I did not know about was the Larry Bird and Dr. J debate. I did not know that.
Hmm.
I remember people giving Dr. J his props, because like you said, what he did in the ABA when they merged there in the 70s, a lot of the things I guess a lot of the stats and stuff like that Dr. J came over with, I guess didn't translate over to the NBA, even though the ABA was more popular than the NBA back then. But the NBA is the one who ended up absorbing the ABA. So that's how you got
Hmm.
teams like the Spurs and all that stuff. I think New Jersey and all that stuff was over in the ABA. They ended up being absorbed and now they're in the NBA. That's the only one I did not know about. And then, of course, like you said, Dominique and Jordan, man. They had their one-on-one battles there in the dunk contest 2 years in a row. Neek won one, Jordan won the other. Like King said, it was a controversy behind it. And I believe the controversy came because I think Jordan won in Chicago.
Chicago.
He
Hmm.
ended up doing a dunk. The same dunk that he used to get the 50 points to win against Neek in Chicago was the same dunk he did the year before. So a lot of people was criticizing, like, so why did he got 50 points again for that same dunk he did the year before?
Hmm.
And so, yeah, that was controversial back in that time, man. But yeah, I think they got this right. The main debate around that time was Magic and Bird. And I agree with King.
Yes.
I know it ain't popular for two black guys to say that, the white guy better than the black guy, but if you've been following this channel for any period of time, I got this guy's jersey. I think Larry Bird is one of the top 5 greatest players of all time. A lot of people don't talk about him because he is a white guy, don't look athletic, he don't jump out the gym and all that type of stuff. But the dude was one of the greatest players to ever lace him up. One of the
Absolutely.
guys that I know that he can sit there and tell you exactly what he's going to do, and you still can't stop him. The dude
Mm.
was that bad, man. Um, like you said, man, like I said, one of my favorite players. I got his jersey, so I always
Yeah.
thought that he was better. That's not taken away from Magic. Like you said, Magic won with 5 championships, like 9 years or something like that. So
Yeah.
he definitely one of the greatest of the ever lace him up too, the greatest point guard of all time too. So, but
And
yeah,
Bird is arguably, in my opinion, the most skilled player of all time.
facts. Like I said, he
He's up in
wasn't
that.
jumping
He's
out
on
the
that list.
gym. Yeah,
Yeah.
he had to be skilled, right? Because he wasn't jumping out the gym.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't the fastest, he wasn't the quickest. You know what I mean? But he picked his spots on the court, man, and he took advantage of whoever was guarding him. It didn't matter who was guarding him.
Facts.
Dude would
Facts.
tell you exactly what he about to do, and you still couldn't stop him. That's how you know you a bad dude, man. All right, man. Let's see what we got for the next decade, King. We got the 90s. This is our decade right here, man. Check it out.
Yeah.
So this is the biggest debates of the 90s. So you got this is interesting. So Jordan versus Karl Malone. I didn't know this was a debate. Nobody was nobody was nobody was at Jordan's level in the 90s, but fans and media still tried to find debates, I guess. Karl Malone met Jordan twice in the finals, as well as robbed him of an MVP, forming this debate. I did not know that was a part of the debate. I really did. Shaq and Akeem, that was it. That kind of lingered there a little bit. I do remember that. I remember they supposed to do like a one-on-one match. I think it was probably sponsored by like Taco Bell or something. I remember that.
Yeah.
Jordan Drexler, I remember that until Jordan shut that up in the finals. This is the debate right here, King. This is the debate right here. The Knicks and the Pacers.
Yeah.
That used to be
Debate
one of
for
my
number 2.
favorite matchups. That used to be one of my favorite matchups when I was a kid watching them, man. Like I remember the choke sign Reggie Miller did. I remember him telling Spike Lee to sit down after hitting those, what was it, 3 threes in like 9 seconds or whatever it was. It was crazy.
Yep.
It was kind of like, he scored 8 points in like 9 seconds or something like that. I forgot what it was, but it was crazy. And then of course you got the Jordan Barkley debate. That was in '93. That was the year I believe. Did Barkley win that year? The
Yes,
MVP.
that's the MVP. Mm-hmm.
And then Jordan, that was like Jordan's highest scoring average against anybody in the finals.
And the finals, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So one of the, I think I sent you a video of I think it was a score. Somebody had put together a video talking about how important the '90s was and how it shaped the NBA that we know today. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't understand how great the '90s were. A lot of the sensibilities that we know today came from the '90s. You know what I'm saying? So, but what you think about this, man?
Everything like you said, except for the first one. I never thought Karl Malone was anywhere near Michael Jordan. Ever.
Did you even heard that debate though? Have you heard that debate?
Nah, I've never heard that, bro.
I've never heard that debate.
Especially over here. Like I told you, when Jordan played Karl Malone, nobody thought Karl Malone and the Utah Jazz was gonna win. Either one of them years over here. It was like, oh, all right, Jordan gonna win. I was a kid and I didn't really think about much like
the media kept trying to push it like, oh, you got a better record than this year. This might be the year.
Like I was a kid and I didn't know much about like home court and all that stuff. I wasn't thinking about that. I was just watching them play and all that. So I wasn't like, oh man, Karl Malone and them got home court this time, but it didn't matter. I still didn't think about like the Utah Jazz is gonna win that. I do remember the Michael Jordan and Clyde Drexler thing conversation. Obviously, where the shrug came from and all that. So I remember that happening. Like I said, the guy that always felt like he was the guy that was really going at Jordan neck for a second was Charles Barkley for me. I talked about. So number 5 is my one, especially in that finals. That was like a tremendous finals. Even like I said, Charles Barkley went off in that finals. People forget, but it's kind of like Shaq and Hakeem. Like Shaq went off in the finals. People forget because Hakeem went off and he swept him or whatever. But like I said, number 5 was cool. 4 was the battle for second place in the East. And number 2 though. People talk about number 2, like Hakeem gave it to Shaq. Excuse me, like I said, but Shaq was still that dude and he was young. And like I said, I still all the time. I know we differ on this one. I think I have Shaq higher than Hakeem on my list as far as all time. You have Hakeem higher than Shaq on your list. So it's still a debate to this day. You feel me? Like I feel like they are them last 2 centers on the list or whatever. So you like go back and forth between in your top 10 which one you think higher or whatever. So yeah.
Listen, I'm not going to even put the number 1 up there because, like I said, I did not think that was a debate. I didn't think that was a debate.
Nah.
Like this narration said, it's like they tried to make it a debate. And I remember that, like when Karl Malone won that MVP. Oh my God, is this it? Or when Utah had the best record, and it had the best record, but it wasn't like by much. You know what I'm saying? By like percentages or whatever. So it wasn't like they were just like, oh my God, it was just far in the head better than everybody in the league. You know what I'm saying? The Bulls are right there or whatever. But yeah, so they always tried. It's like they tried to. It's kind of like we were talking about when Karl Malone won that MVP. They were just trying to find somebody else because Jordan could have won it every year. You know, kind of like I think Charles Barkley probably deserved the MVP when he got it more than. Dang, it sounds disrespectful. He deserved it a lot
Charles
more.
did. Charles turned around Phoenix. He turned around Phoenix.
Yes.
So he deserved it and then got to the finals. He's more of a what's that? He was more of Derrick Rose winning the MVP, but I feel like his numbers were even better. As far as turning the team around and all that type of stuff, like getting the respect of that when he deserves it. Karl Malone though, his record wasn't way better than Jordan's either one of them times, and it wasn't like you feel me like they could have gave it to Jordan.
Oh my God,
like
Jordan.
Yeah, they were just tired of giving it to Jordan, bro.
They gave it to him out of fatigue. You know what I'm saying? That's no disrespect. Like he is one of the greatest players of all time, but like I said, if I'm weighing and really placing the importance of an MVP, I'm placing Barkley's over his. Like you said, Barkley went to Phoenix that very first year and turned that whole entire franchise around and led them to the finals. So you know what I'm saying? And I think he won All-Star MVP that year. He just won a gold medal that summer. Like Barkley was balling that year. Yeah, and he won 60-something games or whatever. So yeah, like I said, man, I think he deserved that one. But like I said, my favorite one is that Knicks and Pacers. I remember that series. I remember those two hating each other for like 6-7 years, man. And whenever they played each other, it was always an entertaining game. It was always going to be physical. Like Reggie Miller stood out because he was the only one who could just like strafe the floor as far as like, you know, that's what his game was, predicated on shooting. And he was kind of like one of the first guys I knew that was a shooter that could score. You know what I'm saying? And so when you had him going up against the Derek Harpers and the Greg Anthony's of the world and all that stuff, those physical point guards who try to get up, into the body or whatever. And for him to kind of do what he did, man, against them a few times, the Knicks won some series, they won some series, but it was always like a back and forth, man, to where it's like there was like a genuine hate between these two, to the point that I think it took Spike Lee like decades to finally kind of like talk to Reggie Miller and all that stuff, bro, because he could not stand the Indiana Pacers. I think he talked about that on an interview one time. Like they cool now or whatever, but it took him a while to kind of get over that because that's how much they hated each other, bro. And you could see it and feel it in the games and stuff.
That's because you was a Reggie Miller fan, man. I couldn't stand either one of these teams. I couldn't stand the team either.
Because I like the Bulls. I like the Bulls. Especially the Knicks. I couldn't stand the Knicks, boy.
I just was waiting for the Bulls to beat them, bro. That's all I did, bro. Was waiting for the Bulls to beat them. I couldn't stand. They would always talk that talk. You feel me? So like the Knicks and all that. Like, man, we gonna do it and all. Like, no, you're not.
This the year. I'm telling you, this year, man. We got it this year. No, you know what? No, and it wasn't that I liked Reggie and it led to that. Them playing each other is why I liked Reggie. Like watching them in these series is why I liked Reggie. You know what I'm saying?
So you just like the Knicks really that much?
Yeah, I couldn't stand John Starks, bro.
I couldn't stand
Charles
Ewing, bro.
I couldn't stand Charles Smith. Like Charles Smith didn't do anything. Like he did stuff. I'm talking about like he didn't really like do anything that made you mad. But for some reason I just couldn't stand Charles Smith. I couldn't stand Charles Smith. I didn't like Charles Oakley. Bro, Anthony, I like Anthony Mason though. I did like Anthony Mason.
You know how Starks and them get like, how he get like chewed out about the finals game and all that stuff, and that he should have did more and all. I really feel like the reason the Knicks didn't win the championship is because of Patrick Ewing. I really feel like John Starks, if he still played his role with the right guy and all that stuff, and I think they'd have won the championship. You feel me? I think Patrick Ewing and the airball layup and all that type of stuff, like just moments like that, is just Patrick Ewing, man.
I'm not. You're not wrong what you said, but at the same time, I kind of looking back now. I like John Starks as far as what he did for the game and all that stuff, but he shouldn't have been a number 2. He should not have been. No.
Two. That's what I'm saying. He shouldn't have been a number 2. You're right about that. But Patrick Ewing may not should have been a number 1.
Ooh, shots fired. Hey, you can't say that out loud, man. Shout out to Freezy. But no, yeah, like I said, that's probably the best series I've probably seen. It's not series, but probably one of the best rivals of the '90s, man, in my opinion. But the whole Jordan Drexler.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
it is
was
what
that
it
was
is
that
on that.
was that was more before my time. Like I said, I remember this matchup, but I wasn't deep into their rivalry and all. I just knew about him. You feel me? It was
Mm-mm.
Clyde Drexler, Michael Jordan, and all. And then yeah, but I know that
I
I knew
guess
their
that's
games
why I
were
never
similar, obviously.
like like you said, we were like little kids and stuff. So I guess I
Yeah,
didn't
bro. Like
really my mind, like when you asked me that day, who was the second best player? Like all that type of stuff didn't cross my mind when I was a kid. It was always Jordan and then everybody else is way back here. So when you talk about,
yeah,
I do remember them talking about Drexler, but even with them talking about, I still didn't see him in that same. You know what I mean? Like,
that,
okay, yeah, Drexler
and
can
that's why I
fly.
said you the first guy I saw that I started feeling like, okay, this dude nice. Like that feeling of pause, like you feel me, like, yo, okay, I'm watching something as a kid, like this guy nice too, was Charles Barkley, bro. The first guy I looked
Mm-hmm.
at other than Michael Jordan, it was Charles. I was like, damn, Charles Barkley, nice, bro. He's 6'4", like he's short, doing what he dominant in the game, doing what he do short and all. Like I thought this dude had a superpower. You feel what I'm saying? And he didn't win a championship and all circumstances and stuff happened, but if there's one player in the league, like I always say, if there's one player I could give a ring to, like an honorary ring to, it'd be Charles Barkley, bro. Over John Stockton, over anybody, it'd be Charles Barkley. I feel like Charles Barkley should have got one that just to prove how great he was, because people make fun of him. And there's a lot of players that got rings that's not better than Charles Barkley,
Oh no,
and
no,
they get to talk trash to him. Shout out to like Draymond
yeah,
Greens and all that stuff, going on the show and talking trash to him. Like that
yeah.
shouldn't happen. And I like Draymond
Like, bro,
Greens, but come on,
he better than Draymond. It's not even a debate
by far, by far,
by far. Yeah, it's not even a debate.
yeah.
Uh, let's see what we got up here next, man. So we got the 2000s. Check this out. This is our other era right here. So
Yeah,
man, listen, this is definitely a
this
debate.
our
Yeah, it's our real era. Yes.
yeah, this
Um,
our
the 90s introduced us, but this is like when we kind of like
Yes, this is
learn
this is
how
us. We know all of it.
shaped
We know the
our
whole
knowledge.
game. I know the
Yeah,
2000s.
yeah, yeah. There you go. Uh, so the Kobe LeBron debate that was definitely huge there in the 90s. I mean, sorry, the 2000s. Kobe versus LeBron in the late 2000s represented two different peaks of greatness colliding. While LeBron was never able to meet Kobe in the finals, their two stars were still a big debate. Oh, these two stars were a big debate. Then, of course, I don't remember this debate, but there was a Kobe Jordan debate.
Yeah, once Kobe got to the point of like dropping 36 a game and all that stuff, people started saying Kobe better than Jordan. You don't remember when people start saying? I mean, it's still some
I
people that say Kobe better than Jordan.
Yeah, it's this. Well, I remember them comparing them, but I don't remember them saying like, "Oh, he better." Like I
I
said,
mean, they were
could be.
when he was dropping them chips. I remember Magic Johnson. I feel like was on the finals and all that stuff saying Kobe Bryant better than Michael
Oh,
Jordan.
better than Joy. Oh, for real?
You know, he
Damn,
flip flopping
that's
all
crazy.
that stuff, but I believe Magic Johnson said that in the
I
finals and
can't
all
believe
that.
Magic said
But
that, man. Yo, Magic been on a
uh,
Jordan
hey
bandwagon
man,
forever.
but he a Laker though, man. Don't play.
Yeah, that's a good point. Of course, then you had the temp. I know you remember this debate. I know you remember
Yeah,
this. Duncan Garnett. That's your favorite debate right there. You said Garnett, remember?
Garnett.
Then you got
They overrate Garnett. Never mind. Keep going.
then you got the Celtics and the Lakers. That when they had their meetings in the finals again, they
Yeah.
kind of brought that back up. This was debate right here, King. CP3, D Will, D of Dub Finest in the building, man.
I was wrong on
Think
that one,
about,
bro. I ain't gonna lie.
man. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. I was wrong too. You know why? I
I
said
thought,
D Will.
yeah, but
I said
I didn't
D of
say.
Dub
Obviously, I'm
Finest.
not from Dallas, but I thought D Will was gonna
Mm-hmm.
be better than CP3, bro. I thought D
I
Will
did
was
too.
nice, bro. Maybe he was. Maybe it was injuries, but it seemed like when he left the Jazz, like he was already for a second with the Nets, but he didn't impact winning as much as he should have. Like CP3 always impact winning, regular season at
Yeah.
least, playoffs as well until you get injured. But D
Hey,
Will just stopped
That Thunder
impacting winning.
stint. Yeah, that Thunder stint proved that.
Yeah. I mean, everywhere he go though, bro. CP3 wins. It is what it is until the end of his career. First debate, they still debate that to this day. I
Facts.
think it's a clear cut winner, but I think we just probably disagree on that one too. Um, second one, I remember when Mike and Kobe were going at when Kobe won that fifth ring, people were going heavy, bro. When he finally beat
Oh, was that when
Boston
Jordan
and
was in the
all that,
league?
people were nah, Jordan won in the league
Oh, you saying this was
when he won that
after?
ring. I'm talking about after, yes. Like when Kobe won
Oh,
the
okay.
fifth ring, they and
Won
all
the
that
fifth
time around
one.
that time they
Okay.
started comparing, saying that he better than Michael Jordan now. That started being the
Okay.
conversation. Is he better than Jordan? Is he A lot of people think he's second best player of all time. You feel me? Like so, they would started saying that stuff. Kobe. A lot of people don't understand why LeBron is compared to him. They say he ain't past Kobe yet. So that was the
Mm-hmm.
whole Kobe Jordan argument back then. Number three, I understand they both play defense and a little bit offense and all that stuff like that. But Garnett, I don't think Garnett on the same level as Tim Duncan on offense or defense. I think they kind of very far on offense. I know their numbers might not look different as far as the scoring, but I'm talking about go-to buckets. I wish I can go back in time, bro, and show people when back in the day when people were saying where was Kevin Garnett in the fourth quarter. You never asked that
Don't get me
question about
started
Tim
on
Duncan,
that, bro.
bro. You
Don't get
never
me
asked
started
that
on that.
question about Tim Duncan, bro. Tim Duncan used to go off in fourth quarters and all that stuff. Shout out to the Mavericks and Dirk going against them and all, but they used to act. It was a point where his closer was when they went to the Western Conference Finals. His closer was
Uh-huh.
Sam Cassell and Troy Hudson.
I
Those
was about
two
to say
guys.
Troy
Troy Hudson
Hudson.
had a crazy. Troy Hudson had a
Yeah.
crazy year that year. Troy Hudson and Sam Cassell were the two dudes that year that were in the clutch doing the thing. Because Kevin Garnett, he got his clutch guys, and he went as furthest he ever been. But he was always, he'll get you 20. What's that?
Trenton,
20, 10, and 5.
Trenton
His numbers
Hassel
was
and
and all.
all that.
Yeah,
And
and
Wally
Wally
Zerbiak was
Zerbiaks and all that stuff. But and people always say it was his fault. He needed more help. Yeah, he should have had more help, but Kevin Garnett, one of them dudes where you really could have a deep dive video of if he should have been a number one. Because even Stephon Marbury back in that day and all that stuff. I mean, we could have
felt
conversations,
more like a
but
number one. Yeah.
yeah, and they were having them beefs and Stephon wanted more money and all because he felt like he was more the number one mindset and all that. But that's a different debate for a different day. Lakers and Celtics always, bro. They're gonna be compared whenever they're in a decade and they win a championship together. It is what it is. And like I said, I was wrong with the D Will and CP3 thing. CP3 Hall of Fame, the first ballot. D Will, sorry, bro. Maybe
Now
you're
you
going to
know,
Jazz Hall
folks
of Fame.
was excuse me, Ring of Honor.
Yeah, Ring of Honor.
Now you know, folks was saying that a lot of the reason why D Will kind of fell off because of his mentality. Like after a while, he just didn't care
mentality
anymore
and
about
injuries.
basketball. Yeah.
And that means
So
you're not that dude. Then you feel me? And you're not CP3. That's part of the game.
you think if he had stayed in Utah, it would have been different?
No, because he got Jerry Sloan fired too. Once all that started happening, once he got Jerry Sloan fired, I started realizing he not that dude. I ain't gonna lie to you. Once that started happening, even before he like traded, once he got Jerry Sloan fired and he was associated with that, I was like, that's Jerry Sloan, bro. Like you got to leave. You feel me? Like if that's you in Utah, bro, get up out of there. You feel me? Like you can't get Jerry Sloan fired. Rest in peace. You feel me? But man, I feel like Jerry Sloan died right after that too. Rest in peace.
Yeah, like I said, the Kobe LeBron debate that's still going on to this very day. That's still going on to this very day. We already know that. Like I said, the one debate that's standing out to me is that Duncan Garnett one, bro. I told you my pop's like one of the biggest Garnett fans ever. And like I said, it's like a Scottie Pippen, a Garnett. He loved it. That's like it's like two of his favorite players. I remember watching that game when they played the Mavericks in the first round, and I remember those conversations when they were asking, "Hey, is Garnett gonna show up in the fourth? Can you go through Garnett in the fourth? Can he be a guy that can lead your team?" I remember all those questions, and I remember I had a dude I worked with at one of my first jobs when I came out of high school. He was like a big old Garnett, like he thought Garnett better than Dirk, all that, right? And I told him, I said, bro, you remember those conversations? Can he lead? And I remember when he won that championship with the Celtics, he was trying to, I told you he better than Dirk. I said, bro, you're like a third option. What are we talking about? So when Dirk won his championship, yeah, I swear, this is the conversation we had. Shout out to my boy Fred. He'll probably tell you. We had this conversation. I remember when they won that championship in 2009 with Boston. And he was like, "Oh, I told you Garnett. We should have traded Dirk for Garnett." I remember that was a question. Remember, so Dallas had traded him or whatever. And I'm like, bro, he was like the third option. So when Dirk won in 2011, I was like, that's how you lead a team to a championship. I said he was the number one option. Your guy was a number three. There's a difference here. And so that's when we had that whole debate. I think that's around the time too when that whole debate came out of Dirk, who better, Dirk and Garnett, which we already know who's better.
I don't know. I already told you. The best way to describe folks that didn't watch Kevin Garnett's game to the people of this day and age is to compare him to Anthony Davis. Not the injuries. He was way more durable than Anthony Davis. But as far as the game, as far as he's gonna get his numbers, he's gonna have his averages of his whatever you expect,
20, 10,
great
and
numbers and all that defense and all that blocks and all that. But
in
there's
one.
gonna be some games where you see and you like, you feel me, Kevin Garnett, what you do in that fourth quarter and all that, just like you do with Anthony Davis and all. Like, hey, Anthony Davis, you want to win this Finals MVP? Knock knock. No, I'll give you 37 tomorrow and just give you 7 a day. That's what. So you feel me? That's what I say. Anthony Davis in the same mode, bro.
Mm. And I'm not going to even comment on the Kobe Jordan one. I didn't even know nothing about that. That's crazy.
I
That is
mean,
crazy, sir.
you can't believe that though. You can't believe that they would compare them to. They compared LeBron and Jordan. You don't think they would compare Kobe and Jordan? Kobe
Wait, no,
literally is
I was
the
saying
carbon copy.
carbon copy, yes. But no, I'm saying as far as I don't remember that debate, bro.
It's because
Maybe I'm
Kobe. I feel like at a
tripping.
point people started throwing the skill thing because people still yell to this day that Kobe more skilled than Jordan. I think Kobe more skilled than Jordan, but I don't think he better than him though. I think he's more skilled because he has to be more skilled.
Yeah, he's not as athletic as Jordan was.
He's not as athletic and as like gifted. Like I said, the
Yeah,
hands and all that type of stuff. He's
I
not
guess
as
that's what
gifted as
that's
Jordan.
what I meant. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know what you meant. That's what I'm saying. Athleticism, all that stuff is just he's just not. Jordan was built to play basketball. Kobe wasn't built as much as Jordan Paul is to play basketball. He had to do extra things to, learn the game and skills and all that stuff to have his
That's why he
benefits in the
considered
game.
like
So
the hardest worker ever, bro, because of what he did.
why you consider
You know
usually
what
the
I'm
most
saying?
skilled player in the NBA. Usually him until
Yeah,
Kyrie came around. Between them two, and like I say, Birds and them stuff, they Mount Rushmore guys, in my opinion, for skill.
I agree. I agree. All right, man. Let's see what we got up here next, man. We got the 2010s, man. So check it out, King. The Warriors and the Cavaliers dominated the 2010s. So the Warriors became a giant dynasty, clashing with the Cavaliers 4 years, sparking this debate. Says, while
Hmm.
they only won one of their 4 final series, the Cavs were still in the debate. Then, of course, that's when LeBron came back, was a 3-1 on the Warriors. That's when this debate started. The Jordan versus LeBron. I remember that. And then, of
Hmm.
course, because they met each other head to head 4 times, you had Curry versus LeBron debate. Then, this is where it get crazy. Chicago, the 96 Chicago Bulls and the 17 Warriors. Of course, the Warriors broke the Bulls'
Yes.
regular season record of 73-9, which the Bulls were 72-10. So that debate was, I do remember that debate too. And this is a crazy debate right here. Who's a better point guard, King? Curry or Magic?
Yeah.
Do you remember about this, King?
Cavs. I mean, the Warriors ran the decade, but the Cavs were the team that beat them the one time, and the time they had the best regular season record. So, and they met them in the finals. What was that? 4 times or whatever? Was it 4? Yeah, it was 4 times,
I
right?
think yeah.
So it's 4 times back to back to back to back, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Damn, that's crazy. They met 4 times in the finals. But wow, that's why we have parity now.
Remember, Golden State won the first, Cleveland won the second.
Kyrie
and they got
lost. Cleveland won to go to State won the next 2. Yeah.
Then they got Kevin Durant on the last 2.
Jordan and Mike debate. I mean, I'm sorry, Braun debate. Like I said, I think they
Still
1 and
going
2. I still think though, even with them being 1 and 2, and me thinking LeBron is the second best player, I still think the gap is still stupid where it's not even a debate. I don't get that. I know Steph Curry won chips. Chips ain't the only thing that matters to me, bro. Like that's Steph Curry and Braun debate. They nowhere near each other, in my opinion, as well. They damn near is away from each other. It's a Jordan and Braun thing, in my opinion. Chicago and Golden State, that one team didn't get it done. But if we include, like I say, on the side, 16 through 19, like the whole team, that Kevin Durant team is one of the greatest teams of all time. That would be one of the teams that I would like to put against that team to see. So that's probably the closest debate for me right there. As far as I still pick the Bulls, but I would like to see that. And then Steph Curry's nowhere near Magic Johnson, bro. Magic Johnson, like a Mount Rushmore player. Steph Curry ain't in the top 10. Stop it. Stop it.
Bruh. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm so glad Golden State did not win that championship. Because I did not want them to be put over that 96 Chicago Bulls team, which is still.
If they'd have won that one, Steph would have been over. So that'd changed a whole bunch of stuff. Everything Golden State on this board would have been Golden State way.
Go to Golden State.
Golden State would already won the decade. Steph would have been better than Braun and everybody's opinion and all that. Golden State would have been better than Chicago as far as a team, in most
Mm-hmm.
people's opinion, and Steph Curry would have been better than Magic Johnson if they'd have won that championship.
So it looks at that one game messed up everything.
And maybe not though, because they may not have
Um,
had Kevin Durant to win the next two in a row. So who knows? They'd have won. They wouldn't have got Kevin
hmm.
Durant.
You don't think so?
Nah, he wouldn't have won if they'd have won. Not if they won the whole thing. No way. I mean, if he did that, he wouldn't have got no credit, bro. Like if Kevin Durant would have left and they'd have won the chip, you talking about now? Like, look at his career now. Look at hindsight. I'm talking about he'd have got. You think he got credit then? He got barely any credit. He would have got
Mm-hmm.
no credit, bro. Like his career would have been Steph Curry saved him. He got two rings because of Steph Curry, and his career been trash. Like without him, that's what people would have said.
That's crazy, bro. You might have to be right. Um, but yeah, the LeBron is that when the LeBron Jordan debate started? Because he won those two champ. Yep, you know what it is.
When he won
I
Cleveland, that Cleveland one is when it
we
started.
I feel like he started back in Miami.
I mean, it started. That was two though. You couldn't do. He was starting to be as far as his resume, his regular season resume was starting to look that way, and he was getting the two. Once he did that
That
once he did
3-1.
that Cleveland one, yeah, that became we got three Finals MVPs. He started getting on a different level, and like I say, now he got the second most Finals MVPs ever because he got four of them. So I say I give him credit where credit due, bro. People don't give him his credit. Like his hardware is his hardware. Once LeBron career over, I know they laugh at him when they compare his hardware to Michael Jordan's. Like we put it beside his, but there's not a lot of people that got the hardware of LeBron James though. When you take away Michael Jordan,
I agree. All right, man. Last but not least, can you check this out? This is what we got today. So, like we just said, still got the Jordan LeBron debate. So while Jordan retains slight, I don't know about slight, but slight edge, the GOAT debate has been close the past few years. I don't know how, but okay. LeBron James sustains excellence. So excellence has made this debate the biggest debate of this era. But okay. Of course, you had the Jokic Embiid debate. I think that debate is over with. Now this one right here, I ain't never heard this debate, King. I'm sorry. It said it's 24-25. I don't remember this.
yeah,
I
you
don't
did.
remember this.
Yeah, you did. It's still won the championship.
Bro, I remember them still saying Jokic was better.
I mean, some people said it, but some people started saying Shea. Then I just started saying it on the show. Didn't I say Shea Gilgeous was the best player in the NBA?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
So Shea versus Jokic, and then we had the Clippers versus the Lakers. That was a debate.
mm-hmm.
Is it because when they got Kawhi now?
When Kawhi went over there, yep.
Okay. And then we brought this debate up again. We had the Curry versus Magic debate.
Yeah.
What you think about this, man?
Bro. Jordan, Braun, I think is over. Braun started catching up and all. I do think that's true. They were doing votes and all, and the younger folks got to vote more than the older folks usually because they're more tech savvy. That's the way it's going to be. So they voted, and LeBron got did, but the way LeBron James' career is kind of ending, I think that's done. I think I told you, I think everybody sees that ghost at one point and they say I can't catch it. I think Kobe got to that point. I think Braun's getting there as well, and it's just he's fine being number two if he get. I told you his main thing with Braun is just to get that number two, just to solidify my spot as the second best player, so they can think I'm better than everybody else. That Joker, I remember the Joker and Embiid thing for a second, and then Embiid just couldn't get past the second round and wouldn't play against Joker and kept getting injured, and that stopped. I mean, Embiid was a beast, though. I'm not gonna lie like he wasn't, but that's crazy how that it seemed like it was so long ago and that wasn't. It was just like
I know it was yesterday,
a couple years ago. The Shea and thing is because he won a championship. Shea not better than that's not even as close as Embiid and Joker, in my opinion. The Battle LA team, I remember that
guess
was
is why I was saying what I was saying because I was like, bro,
but he got all the hardware. Don't remember he got everything. So it was like, you feel me? Like, hey, if anybody else got all that, would have been like, if Karl Malone would have got it, you'd have been like, damn, he the best player that year. You feel me? If he'd beat Jordan and all, so he did it. He beat Joker, right? They beat Joker that year. So when he won the championship, I believe he played Joker. So yeah,
I think they did like second round. I think.
Yeah, the LA teams, Kawhi and them was handling LeBron and them for a second and all, but they couldn't get it done in the bubble. The one time LeBron and them got it done, that's all that matters. The playoffs, and they won. And then this stop the Steph and Magic debate. Like Steph would have to win probably two more to be in the probably for me to say he better than Magic. Um, and that would still be I mean, nah, if he won two more, I would say he better than Magic. Still, one more wouldn't be enough. One more, he'd be a top 10 player. Two more, he better than Magic. And I don't think that's happening. Not as the number one guy.
Okay. Yeah, Jordan, LeBron, that's been going on for 2 decades. So we already knew about that one. It's kind of crazy, like you said, man, Embiid not getting past the second round, which made that debate kind of fizzle real quick, especially when Jokic won, I think, 3 MVPs or whatever, man. And he got a final, he won the championship and stuff like that. It made it to like the conference finals, I think, a couple more times. Yeah, like you said, I mean, yeah, I'll give you the 1 year if you want to go that route with the whole Shea Gildress and the Jokic thing. I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Has Joker done the Larry Bird now? Has he been top 2 for 6 years? I think he might have done a Larry Bird now. I think he might have been top 2 for 6 years. He close. If it's either 5 or it might be 5, then
probably like I would say 5, close, probably. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's close.
Yeah. What are we doing with this Magic Johnson Steph debate? But where's this coming from?
Because he got 4 rings.
Because he can't shoot from half court like Steph.
No. It don't got nothing to do with that. It's because he has 4 rings and they play the same position. Mm-hmm. They don't play the same position like alike at all. You feel me? Like they
don't play the same position, but they play the same position.
Yes,
that's what you want to say.
They play the same position. Yep. So and he got 1 less ring than him, so they try to compare him. But one guy,
one less ring, one less MVP. I'm not going to
say one doesn't affect winning because he has a whole
2
system.
less MVPs, Finals MVPs.
I think like Steph. I'm not going to say Steph doesn't affect winning because he does, obviously. And like he has a whole system on his own. But I think Magic Johnson is more responsible for more of the players on the court than Steph Curry is. And that's why he weighs more than me. His 5 championships, the responsibility of what he had to do is more than a Steph Curry, in my opinion. I don't think they can win any of them championships without Draymond Green. I don't think they can win not one of those championships without Draymond Green. And they lost them.
I was just about to say we had proof of it. We saw that in the finals when LeBron came back 3-1. So what was the one thing y'all heard people say? Oh, if Draymond didn't get suspended.
They had Draymond Green, yeah.
Yep. They only needed 1 win. So
yeah.
But yeah, man, that's just some of the debates, man, over the last since the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let us know, man, which one of these debates y'all heard of, which one of these debates y'all haven't heard of, what y'all think about some of these debates. Y'all let us know. All right, King, man, let's go ahead and turn the page, man, to these questions and comments. But before we do that, man, let's show some love to the merch, man. Yes, sir. Listen, if you guys are interested in the merch of the channel, like I have on right here, simply scroll down to the description box below. Click on that link to our page, or you can scroll over to our YouTube channel to the merch section. You have options there, or I believe we might have some merch up under this video going right now, guys. So y'all can just look either one. You guys can go over to that site and get your shop on. Members, you already know you get that permanent discount if you decide to buy some merch. All right, man. You ready to go to the questions and these comments? All right, man, let's get to it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Question and comment.
Sponsored by True Classic.
The most interesting customer came into True Classic today. A young man came in right when the doors opened and said he had a job interview in just 30 minutes.
The challenge, or so he thought,
He had about $150 to work with. Now, in most places, that's a fancy shirt, maybe some nice socks. But at True Classic, when you add more, you save more. So not only did I set him up with a pair of our 4-way stretch chinos, not only did I set him up with one of our white button-down shirts, I even helped him complete the look with one of our coach's jackets. All for just $130. So he found his fit, looked great for his interview, and I'm pretty sure he got the job too. That's true value.
All right, man. What we got, King?
Well, first we got shout out to Daniel Barry in the house, Glow Yard member. Says happy Wednesday. What up, guys? What up, Daniel Barry?
What up,
Definitely check out
Daniel?
his channel as well. If you haven't already. T3 and D says Sean Kemp had a few good dunk contests. What up? What up, T3? Yes, he did. But Sean was more the 90s though, as far as when he was running that. I feel like T3.
Mhm.
I know Meek and Jordan, there was more of an 80s battle back then. But yes. Shout out to Div. He's a Glow Yard member.
Oh,
He
you
says
know what? I
Luka
forgot
Doncic-
about that. Spud did win one in between them, I think. Here in Dallas.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Okay. I remember
Div
that. Okay.
says he's a Glow Yard member. He says Luka not as good as King said.
I'll fall
LOL.
for it.
Then said
I'll fall for it.
I was right. I'm not falling for it. I'm not falling for it because I'm gonna burn his ass up when I get to the bottom of the comments when it's something else he said. He says KD burner account number 1A entertainment or burner accounts. He also
Well,
said love his burner accounts. Yeah, man. KD
yeah, we'll
wow.
probably talk about that on Friday, Div.
Yeah. T3 and D said Jordan missed the free throw line dunk on the first attempt in the finals, but he made the second attempt. Yeah, I thought he made that little side dunk or whatever. His the little Jordan, on the side floating dunk or whatever. And it's like, damn, he win all the time doing that same dunk. Jeez. Shout out to Drip Show, our guy Chris in the house. Definitely check out their merch if you haven't already. Check out their page and their merch. So our guy Chris over there. Look behind him. Yep.
Shout out to Chris.
Zashawn says the team. He said the team gets so downplayed when talking about Jordan's success. His team literally had another top three at the time, top defender with him, arguably the single greatest rebounder at the top. Okay, so Zashawn, yes and no, but the team is always gonna be great when you win a bunch of championships. Like your team is going to be great, but it's not like all these guys were seen as they're gonna be a dynasty. We're going to do all this and all that together. And Dennis Rodman was the second half. Like he wasn't there the first half and all when they won 3 the first time. So you gotta think about the BJ Armstrongs and all that stuff. They weren't thinking, them guys gonna give you a dynasty and all that. So yeah, I understand the team did his job and got him help and all, but yeah.
I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I remember when the Mavs were called the one and done boys. The year they went to the championship, they won the championship with Dirk and them.
Yep.
And I remember when Dirk and them won the championship, all them same folks who was calling them one and done, they can't get past the team is trash, blah, blah, blah. It's just Dirk. As soon as they won that championship, they won because they got this player, that player, this player, that player. I'm like, y'all wasn't saying that before. Now suddenly they win a championship. Now they got one of the great teams all the time. It's like, okay.
That's what I'm saying. 88, 89, people were thinking Michael Jordan couldn't do it. He scored too much. Remember? Even when Scotty had the migraine and all that stuff, they were thinking he scored too much. So yeah, I don't, like I say, whenever you win, even when Dirk and them won, now that team respected and all, but like you said beforehand, they weren't respected. Before. Like it's different. Nope. So yeah, it is like that, but none of them were seen as super teams when they were made. They were just made organically, kind of in a way. So I understand what you're saying, but he also says a top defender with him. He said the single best at the time international player on his team, and this was all orchestrated under a salary cap to where he could be well fed. Yes, because he became the dynasty at that point. Then you benefit. That's when you get the star player wanting to come to the team internationally and all that stuff. Like they had won a bunch. They had won 3 championships by then. They went from being Chicago that had nothing to like Golden State. You feel me? They became like Golden State and all that. Like people you had players wanting to go there and all now because they started winning championships. Curtis Knight says Karl Malone. I guess she's saying the Karl Malone one. As far as you think he was number 2. I never thought Karl Malone was that dude.
I would thought Charles better.
Dave says Yeah, I was always a Charles Barkley fan, man. Like I said, Karl Malone did his thing. John
And
Stockton
I ain't
helped
gonna
him. Like
lie,
I thought, pound for
it's a
pound,
little
skill
bias in there.
wise,
I never liked Utah, bro. I
I
could
didn't
not
like.
stand Utah.
I didn't like him either. I thought pound for pound, skill wise, though Charles Barkley was a little bit more skilled. Div says, "Man, King and Ralph forgot more basketball than I know." Don't be trying to suck up now. Pause. Div, chill.
Hey, and the more
T3
you
and D says,
accumulate, Div, the more you stuff start running in
"Well, you
together.
forget,
You know what I'm saying?
girl.
Yep. And the
That
more you
stuff
start, like you
become the
said,
same.
yeah.
Like, oh, was that 91, 92,
I thought that
93?
too.
One of the two. Like, so many champions in the meantime. Like, I've seen so many champions now, Div. It's just wow. To think. Te3 and D says Mitch Richmond was very good in the 90s. Yeah, he was skilled. Another one of those skilled players. It's a difference between
Hmm.
like I want people to know like yeah, Mitch Richmond was skilled as hell, good on like I want to say like a Vince Carter type level type dudes. Like that's the type of guys you think about that never really won much in the playoffs and all that stuff, but you still knew they were nice and all that stuff and did stuff. So yes, but he was one of the best two guards in the NBA at that point in the 90s. The two guard position was kind of phony, but Jordan was destroying
You
the
know,
trees though. That's why Jordan great.
you know
Go ahead,
who
I'm sorry.
remind me of Mitch Richmond back then, like in the early
Who's that?
2000s? Bonzi Wells.
He's better than Bonzi. But I understand what you said
Well,
as far
no,
as body type and all
yeah,
that
and I'm
stuff.
not saying he was better. I'm just saying like that kind of like bruising type of shooting guard
Yeah, that bruiser type
that
dude
was
and
like
all that stuff.
Low.
But he was
Yeah, was
ooh,
real
he's
physical
way
on
better
offensive
than
end.
Bonzi Wells though. Jeez. I don't want the young folks who never seen him to be like, oh, Bonzi Wells? Okay. Like, nah, Mitch
Yeah.
Richmond. Mitch Richmond was arguably the second best two guard in the league at one point. T3 and D said Utah won 60 games. Both of your Karl Malone deserved MVPs. Like I said, how many? No, the question is T3 and D. You saying Utah won 60 games both the years? The question is, how many games did Chicago win? Is what I want you to tell us, T3. Cause you ain't tell us that yet. We ain't say he didn't win 60 games. What we said was the time he won, he got over him because the first year he didn't have more wins than Chicago because Chicago had home court in the finals. The
Mm-hmm.
second time he had like one or two games, I think, more than Chicago, and they had home court that time, and he got the MVP. Or was it the first time? No, the second
No, no,
time,
no.
right? He got the MVP.
Reverse. I think it was reversed.
First time he got the MVP, right? When Jordan had more wins, he got the MVP. I think actually.
Yeah, I think it was something
I
like
think it was
that.
97
'Cause,
when he got MVP. Because I think Jordan got MVP in 98, right?
in
The last
'98,
dance, Jordan
yeah.
won MVP. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
it was 97, the year where he actually won less games. He won the MVP over Jordan.
Remember that was the whole narrative when they
Uh
beat him when he played him in '97 when Jordan. That's why Jordan went at him
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, T3 and D says Sean Kemp dominated the Bulls in 96 finals. Oh, yeah, he did. He did. But Dennis Rodman dominated the Seattle Supersonics in the 96 finals. How about that one?
Hey, if you don't believe him, ask Sean Kemp. He said this too. He talked about Dennis Rodman being the difference.
As Sean says, the team only even has players on the court at a time. During the last half of his career, he always had like three super top tier players with him on the court directly supporting the facts. But it's mostly all great players though, man. So I'm saying like think of any team that won multiple championships. Think that all great teams and all great championships. Didn't Larry Bird have a bunch of great players beside him when he won?
Oh
Didn't
yeah,
Magic
all of it.
Johnson have a bunch of
I
great
think he
players
got five
beside him when he won?
like 5 Hall of Famers.
And the thing is that I feel like more players from those teams were expected to be legendary players to be beside them. That's what I'm saying. The Jordan teams, I don't think all those guys were like. How many times Dennis Rodman made the All Star team for Chicago? Alrighty then. I was waiting for you to look, listen, and think and all that stuff and be like, oh, okay. Because people forget about that. They say Dennis Rodman now, and he did it before. How many All Star teams did he make with the Chicago Bulls though? Oh,
I don't think he made any. Did he?
he
Yeah.
didn't. He didn't. He did not.
Yeah.
Sean says your dad sounds like he heavily respects defense. Telling you real
Yeah, he just like
props.
those guys. It's like, yeah, he just like them gritty. Like, I think he just likes Garnett's energy and stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of defense do play a lot of it. It was Garnett, Pippen. I'm missing another player. Um,
Gary Payton.
yeah, he like Gary Payton, but like I'm talking about like he's always talking about Garnett and like Pippen and I think I'm missing a player. I can't think of who it is off the top of my head right now, but and like all of them got like that one thing you said, that one thing in common. You know what I'm saying? So
Was he happy when the Mavericks got Anthony Davis?
oh, we already had that talk before. Yeah. We already had the Luka talk. I'll tell you, I had that talk with him and his boys. I was
Dave
like,
said, if Steph gets Giannis next year, he might get 5 rings. You're right. He could get 5 rings if he got Giannis next year. But if he was gonna get Giannis, Div, he was gonna get Giannis this year, Div. That's what I wanted to come back around to. When you said I was wrong and all that stuff, you seen who they talking about with Giannis going to? Who King? Never mind. Never mind. Bro. I don't say nothing. I don't watch the games. So it is what it is. Div already told me. He said, did you see KD take shots at Kai saying he act different with Luka Doncic than he did with him, Harden and him, saying Kai acting all good now unlike before? I mean, I saw the burner thing, the stuff he said about Kai not competing against him and all. So I'm like, geez, bro, they had a series breakup. You think the stands gonna stop liking Kevin Durant now? You think it's over?
nope.
Kai stands don't
Nope.
like him. Oh, they still like him. You said
You know, still love him.
they gonna
He the
still
best team
love
ever.
Kevin Durant. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. He also says was watching Jordan highlights, man. No way anyone was as good as him. Jordan was just different. Hey, Div, my suggestion, don't even watch highlights, bro. Because highlights people gonna
Bro,
get you and say you just watch the highlights. They make it. Go watch the games. Just watch the games, bro.
go watch the games. Yeah,
It ain't
you can
like
watch all his.
yeah, he
A
don't
lot
be
of them on
he
YouTube.
don't he don't miss a bunch of buckets. You don't gotta be sitting there waiting for him to be like, that's a lot of games aren't like that, bro. The dude shot 50%. So you're gonna see him make buckets. And he scored a bunch. He the highest scoring average in NBA history. So just watch games, dude. That's what I would suggest. He says, I watched the clip Jordan played with Jeremy, what is that? Roenick, I'm sorry, NHL superstar for Chicago, golf for a while, for a whole bunch of time, had drank a bunch of beers,
Oh
and
yeah,
Roenick had
heard about
won
that story.
a bunch of money off him in golf. Yeah. Yeah, Jordan be
Yeah, heard about
tripping.
that story.
Jordan, Joker said that Luka be gambling a bunch too, though. As Sean said, Horace Grant was damn good. They had a big 3 from the first jump. He was damn good. He ain't no y'all. That's what I say. Y'all overrating people, man. You can't make Horace Grant wasn't no damn big 3, man. That's like saying Jeremy Grant a part of a big 3 now or something like that. Like I love Horace Grant. He good, but y'all can't like y'all. Come on, man. Come on.
Did Horse make an
I'm sorry,
All-Star game
Div. I don't think he
with the
did.
Bulls?
Div also says, and Roenick said, I will bet against you tonight. You got a
Oh
game tonight. Jordan said, I bet you we
yeah,
beat them by 20 and I scored 40. Roenick lost. Drunk Jordan scored 52. Yeah. You can't
yeah. I
bet
think
against them on the basketball court.
I think they beat them by 26, and George scored like 52.
Yeah. He said they won by 30. That's what David just said.
Oh yeah, by 30. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. It was something crazy.
He said it's true. You guys know more basketball than anyone. I know you know old stuff too, man. Like crazy, not blowing smoke. Appreciate you, Dave, man. I'm just always messing with you, but I appreciate you always, man. He said, okay, I got a hard question. Based on Luka's first rookie year and Cooper's first rookie year, who has impressed you more so far? Cooper or Luka? This is for Relle and King. This dude always want to start stuff, bro. Why does dude
Yeah, we always
always
trying
want
to
to
set
start
us
something?
up,
Let me get
man.
the last question. Yeah, and this will be the last
Trying to
question
start
of the
something.
night.
No
too,
Michael
don't y'all
Jackson,
forget.
man.
It's Luka. It's Luka, Dave. I ain't even gonna tell you why. If you need to know why, then I don't know, bro. It's two different ways they play the game, control the game, and all that stuff. Cooper awesome, but Luka impact the game more than Cooper does, as far as like on the offensive side, which is more important than defense. It's not that you don't need defense; it's just offense weighs more, in my opinion. And what he does, he controls. He's a system. So that's the difference. But Cooper's been incredible. Though. Cooper's been better than I ever thought he would be.
I,
He's saying you too, bro. He wants you to be on wax. See,
I'm about
Dave
to
always
answer.
do that, man.
I'm about to answer. Listen, I agree with everything King said, man. One thing I will say, Cooper is playing a whole lot better than what we expected, right? The thing I've been, this is the one thing I've been saying about Cooper that I want to see. I want to see him be more aggressive as far as demanding the ball more. I've been saying that there shouldn't have been games where he's only getting like 14 points or, getting 7 shots or whatever. Especially if you're the guy that they're talking about building a whole entire team and a whole entire system around. Because eventually he's going to be the system for the team, no matter who y'all add to the team or whatever, right? Because you get a point guard in there. The point guard job is going to be the same way Jason Kidd was when he came to the Mavs with Dirk. Same thing with that. And your job is to make sure you find that guy. You know what I'm saying? And Cooper's already at that skill level now to where he doing exactly what some of the greats are doing, like a Kawhi Leonard or Kevin Durant, where they picking their spots on the court. As soon as you get to that spot, you already know it's money. He's already learning that already, especially around the mid range. If he continues to build on this mid range game, man, the kid gonna be a problem. You know, like I said, he still need a point guard, and they still need to find players in the Max Christie range that they can build around this kid and make it his team. Because right now it's still kind of Luka's team a little bit. Once they kind of get all them other guys out the way, you know, Kyrie's gonna be back next year. You know, he'll have an opportunity, man, to take that step, man. I've always said before, you looking at it wrong, Div. I wouldn't compare him to Luka. I've been saying for the longest, compare him to Dirk. He has more of a skill set offensively, kind of to Dirk.
Dirk
You go back and
with
watch,
defense, bro.
He's Dirk 2.0 with defense. Go back and watch the younger Dirk. Matter of fact, I was watching. I think I sent it to you earlier. Them highlights of Dirk. Go back and look at Dirk 2002. If you put him in that same category of Dirk 2002, shut up and take my wallet. You understand me? That's how good the kid is.
Yep. When Dirk got the dribble, was taking everybody that was bigger than him and all that stuff. And it was like, that was the whole thing he was saying and all. You can't put a small guy on him because you take him out. A bigger guy on him because you take him out the dribble. That's cool.
What was the best year of Dirk for you? What was the best like version of Dirk for you?
Still 2011. I feel like 2011 was where he mastered everything. That was his old man mastery. Like damn near Dirk was.
Yeah, I feel like that was more old man. Yeah, I feel like that's like old man.
But as far as he's talking about his athleticism,
and all
the highest level.
Yeah. Cause Dirk was getting your 50s and all that stuff, man.
I'm gonna go 06. I'm gonna go like 06, 07. I think that might have been his prime. Think about 06 when he had the little chin thing, little chin piece, beard or whatever. When he was rocking that, he still was athletic at that point. You feel me? Like that's when you would get up in him with the small. You had to play him with the smaller guy. That's when he had to get. When he had to learn to be better than Bruce Bowen and all of that. I think that was his prime when he won the MVP. That's when he still was like athletic as well, but still learning the jump shot and all. Yes, with Avery. That's when he was in his actual like when both of them met. I feel like the young game and the old game.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. I forgot about 06.
He said, "Who they saying Giannis will go to? Go look it up, there. Go look that up and see who they were saying that Giannis might go to, and then you come back and let me know next show."
You know where they say you're going, Div. You know what they said, but we calling it the show.
Yeah, that's it. I'm done. I messing with Div, bro. That show.
Hey, matter of fact, Div, go back and watch our video. I think we had one with Giannis in the thumbnail. I think.
Yeah, the one where Giannis is playing games on when will this end or whatever like that. And I said right then and there what it all was looking like and all.
I think it was a show after that. I think we had posted. They were talking about it, something like that. But yeah, go back and watch that one, man. It'll give you everything you need right there. But listen, man, we definitely appreciate y'all, man, rocking with your boys for another episode, man. Listen, we appreciate y'all, man, joining us for these conversations. Like I said, it don't matter what team you root for. We talk about all things NBA related, man. Debates, like I said, different topics, playoffs, regular season, in-season tournament, the draft lottery, whatever it is, man. We talk about that all over here on this channel, y'all. So tell your friends, tell your friends' friends, tell your friends' friends' friends, tell your family, your cousins, your play aunts and uncles, all of them. Tell them all. Come on over here, man. We had these debates and these topics and stuff, man. Like I saw some of the people here in the comment section, man. They joined in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's what we're here for. Let's have these conversations. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to help grow the channel, man, and help try to grow a community of people who love the game. Man. You know what I'm saying? That's what we try to highlight. We like try to highlight the love of the game. And so if you into that type of stuff, man, you're into the NBA conversation like this, hit that subscribe button. Join us here if you're new to the channel. Also, too, man, everybody, please hit them likes for us, too. That also helps out the channel in more ways than you know. You know, so, too, for a lot of folks you've seen here on the channel, they are members of the channel. Simply hit that join button right there next to the subscribe button. Consider becoming a member of the channel. We have dedicated shows for the members of the channel on Friday mornings and other perks and stuff like that, too, for members of the channel. Also, too, man, follow me. BA Big J and Cuz on Cuz We Geeks, where we talk about all things in the geek culture involving movies and television. We have some rumored actors that could be the new Batman in the DCU. Got some Avengers Doomsday news. Spider-Man trailer might be dropping here pretty soon. We talk about all that stuff here on Saturday, y'all. So y'all can join us for that, man. Like I said, if you're into Star Wars, DC, Marvel, Jurassic Park, Predator, Aliens, whatever it is. Join us over there on Cuz We Geek. We have shows every Tuesday evening and Saturday morning. King, is there anything else I forget?
I gotta talk to you about something after the show. We might have some Discord news for you because we geek and all that stuff. I might be doing something new. But follow myself. Let's go in there, Queen, Travis, BA, and sometimes Devin. And we talk combat. So we talk all things combat sports, sports entertainment. We do shows every Sunday afternoon. Recap shows around 3 p.m. Eastern, talking about WWE, wrestling product for the week. Sometimes MMA, boxing, that type of stuff as well. If you're interested into it or interested in it, I should say. We also have watch-alongs damn near every day. We missed today because I'm actually on vacation today with Queen for my dating anniversary. But we'll be back tomorrow as far as don't watch along. So if you're interested in that, come on over there and check us out. But other than that, y'all, we appreciate y'all over here, over there, and we'll see you on Friday over here for the members and everybody else.
Yes, sir. Like I said, we'll see you guys here on Friday, man, here on Cap and Crown. We'll be back here, man, with more NBA conversations. Same Cap Time, same Crown channel.
No cap.
Cap and Crown. You listen, bro. You debating this. You looking at the debate all wrong, bro. You know what I'm saying? The real debate is that Karl Malone was the greatest player of the 90s.